Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Secure. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short throw underneath to Hurst. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on, long way to go in this one.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The tackle made there by Takk McKinley. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, Brown 80. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Q.
On third down, a run by Mack. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Tackle made by the 2nd-round pick, Isaiah Oliver.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down now, it's Mack. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2.
at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
58, right over there, right over there. 58, right there. Here we go. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Tighten up, tighten up.
They'll drop to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. are. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run here with Mack, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Shift.
They'll run it. It's Mack. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking downfield for Joe. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now it's Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They keep it with Miller on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. I don't think you got it, son. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Hey. Comes up the hell.
On second down, it's Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught by Jones. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission? I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half. On second down now, it's Mack. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out. Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
52. Hey, I want to go load it. Load it.
On first down, Mack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Load it.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on 4th down.
Hey, easy, easy. Check your hot read. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, hey, hey.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Delta! Get that ball! Wait, 89!
They'll run for it. It's Mack. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Steps away, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll go again here with Mack. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. It's Mack. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Block 15. Flare.
On second down, here's Miller. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. This is Miller. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This a give to Mack running to the right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
45 the mic.
They'll run with Mack. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Shit! Watch the shit! Load it! Load it! Shit!
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Check. Rush in. Wide, get wide.
Here's Marlon Mack. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Here we go.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Round 80. It's a party now. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Hey, I'm gonna go load it. Hey, here we go, play.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Go!
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 11. This complete to Jones. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darius Leonard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a second down. They're going to look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Wow, talk about a big fourth-down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll run with Miller. Past the 20, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 34. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Sponge. Hey, Rocket.
Lamar Miller. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for it.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first throw for the backup, Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Darius Leonard in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Darius Leonard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Miller. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down.
Joker, 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 Joker. Kill, 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 kill. Kill.
They'll run. It's Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
A handoff running left is Miller. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Zero. Smith. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45. Load it. Load it. Watch the slam. 45, 45.
Rivers here to throw. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome.